Tom, why don't you tell us a little bit about ThinLine?
From a practical standpoint, there are occasions where we're trying to put turnstiles into existing spaces. And so we're working with a finite amount of space. And by having a thinner product, sometimes inches make all the difference, especially when you're trying to fit the proper number of lanes and you're trying to include ADA lanes and considerations like that.
From a heritage standpoint, we find a lot of the lobbies in New York City and Chicagoland and in DC have very tight space requirements. So as you enter an elevator lobby, for instance, you can't always put a pedestal, not only that is thin, that is large, but also long. So one of our categories within ThinLine is we created a compact version of it. That means we have a pedestal that's only 36 inches long. Our normal pedestals are 42 inches, and that makes all the difference when you're trying to tuck something into an elevator vestibule, so that from the outside looking in, you don't see the turnstiles at all until you turn to go into that elevator vestibule.
One of the things that I've heard about this product line is the fact that it can be not only sleek and modern, but it also can be retro and go back into some buildings which have a lot of heritage.
From a heritage standpoint, of course, it's always about fit and finish as well. So we can drop something into a building that's 100 years old that's had brass and bronze in it and match that finish. We work with custom finishers on the site to make that happen. So we never try to match that in the factory. We match it right on the job site. Then that way it looks like it's always been there.
People are enamored with that look. There's been a lot of requests for this thinner, almost post and bollard type of style that we've seen in the market. And some people feel it's a little more elegant, a little more modern looking.
We really resisted for a couple of years going into this category. We developed a number of swinging glass products. And to Tom's point, our customers, and especially the architects and consultants, kept coming back and saying, yeah, but the other guys have this thinner product and our customer really likes that look. Can you guys please create something? Part of the reasons we resisted is the technology that gets added to a lane. When you're talking about converged entry in a lobby, you've got card readers, destination dispatch screens, biometrics, a lot of things going on. In addition to that, we always take the installation and service and support in mind. Many of our competitors' products take the thin product and remote the electronics, and we didn't want to do that. So we spun up some new electronics, and we wanted to create something that was physically still fairly easy to install, but really still easy to service. So all of our electronics are still in the lane. You can still access them one lane at a time without taking down multiple lanes. So that's important to us, is real uptime advantages. And we've worked with those other technologies to validate that they're also getting smaller. So we've now deployed ThinLine in a couple locations with destination dispatch screens, and we're able to partner with that company to find a smaller screen to fit nicely. We found a smaller barcode reader to fit the barcode requirements for visitor access and the access control. So we were able to meet all the requirements that we're seeing in the marketplace on that thinner footprint. And I'm really proud of what we created.